Toxic positivity? Anyone? Are you guys familiar with some terms that people use when they're displaying toxic positivity? I'm sure you guys have heard some terms, especially on the job. People will use these terms, and I don't think a lot of people understand what they're saying when they say these terms. Some of them, I'm gonna be real, some people, when they use these terms, they're saying it from a good heart. But these terms can absolutely gaslight the shit out of you. Let's get to it. Have you ever heard the term, it could be worse? Smile. Like, no, I don't want to smile. I'm upset. I'm angry. That's how a lot of people are feeling in the moment. They don't want to hear it could be worse because it makes it seem like your problems are not that bad, which literally they probably are not that bad, but to you in that moment, it is. And you don't want anyone ignoring how you're feeling and saying smile in that moment, because in that moment, you don't care to smile. But here's the thing about toxic positivity. And the thing about a lot of people in the world, some people don't want to hear your problems. Did you hear me? Some people get offended when you try to talk to them about your problems. Oh, I got this going on in my life. I got that going on in my life. Some people don't want to hear it. Even if it's like a first offense that you're bringing to their attention. Some people get repelled by other people's problems. Real talk. Yo, I just got, my tire just blew out like an hour ago. I'm trying to figure out a way to get home. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Yo, what y'all eating tonight? There's people out here like this. I've seen it with my own eyes. People that I've observed and seen and experienced on the job. They're not trying to hear all of that. They're all about good vibes, which is another term. Have you guys ever heard the term good vibes only? So what you mean is I can't present any issue, any emotional thing that I'm going through. I can't suggest or bring it up because it's only good vibes. Gotcha. Do you see why people feel a certain way when they try to talk to people? Do you see these little established terms that they bring to your attention? Do you see why people don't want to say nothing anymore? These are the reasons why. It could be worse. Someone out there is doing worse than you. Completely skips over what you're going through because someone out there that you can't see is doing worse than you. We got a big gaslighting problem going on, guys. A very big gaslighting problem. People gaslight so much. You would think they work at Lowe's in the appliance section. That's how bad it is. Like, it's time to stop entertaining these folk. If someone in your life is gaslighting you, making it feel like your problems don't matter, and they're supposed to be a close person, a close friend, a spouse, you got to start rethinking things. You got to start rethinking things because what that is telling you is, I don't care about what you got going on. Even though they may be saying it from a good spot in their heart, because some of them honestly don't really understand what they're saying. Everything happens for a reason. You hear a lot of church folks say that. Don't worry about it. Everything happens for a reason. And I've been guilty of saying that. But the point of this video is to really understand the power of words and understand the deep meaning behind the words that we say, that sometimes we don't even realize. We don't even realize we're gaslighting somebody. We may be saying it from a good spot in our heart with no cruel intentions. But what does that really mean? Have you analyzed that and broke it down? Have you? Everything happens for a reason. Sure, in your mind, you're like, I'm trying to encourage this person. I'm trying to make them feel encouraged. Everything is going to be all right. But are you really helping that person? Are you really understanding or trying to empathize with that person? Are you listening to that person? Are you listening to understand? Or are you listening to respond? That's a big problem we got going on. There's too many people listening to respond instead of listening to understand. And that's saying we have 2 ears for a reason and 1 mouth. Why is that? Maybe we're supposed to listen more and talk less. But it's a serious problem we got going on, guys. And we have to understand, especially in the workplace, there is a lot, and I mean a lot, of toxic positivity going on. Good vibes only. That's a term that should not be. Life is not all about good vibes. Let's be honest. If everything was good vibes only, that means your life is perfect. You have to feel exhilaration 24/7. Good vibes only. You can go to the beach, the waters are crystal blue. The skies are clear. Nope, not one cloud in the sky. Not one raindrop. Good vibes only. That means I don't want to hear what problem you got. Don't ruin my vibe over here. We over here chilling. We over here having good vibes only. Life is about understanding problems and trying to create solutions. Whoever really says these terms, like I said, a lot of us will say these terms from a good spot in our heart, but we never took the time to really analyze what we are saying, analyze how it could be perceived, break it down into smaller portions, and really hear yourself when you're saying these terms. And it's something that we should not be saying. Once you break it down and understand what you're saying, this is something you should not say to anyone. No one should be hearing these terms because everyone has a battle that they're currently going through right now. Not one person on this earth walking is unscathed. We have metaphorical cuts and bruises all over our bodies from life. Some people have literal cuts and bruises from life. So who are we to tell everyone else, just because in our mind we want good vibes only? Who are we to put up a sign and say, don't come into my office if you're going to bring that negative nonsense into this office? I got my plant set up. I got the whole aura. The tranquil music is in the background. Don't bring that nonsense into this office. Good vibes only. Don't bring it in here. Who are we to even say that? Life is about issues, but it's also how you deal with your issues to get stronger. Message.